So that's one of the biggest issues I have. So I want to make sure that I give you the blueprint that you need to be successful. There's also a free fat loss guide that I created completely free. Why I've created a bunch of different programs and things like that to show you how to do it more efficiently, the right types of cardio, right types of resistance training. And so yeah, for sure, I would love to help you with that. And more specifically, if you're 40, 50, 60 or older, you really need to hold on to all the muscle that you have. Hopefully these tips help. Hey guys, haven't done one of these long videos in a while. Been doing a lot of short posts and things like that, but I did want to give you an update and also give you some tips since we are starting a new year. Doesn't matter how you ended last year. The good news is we get to start all over again. And now is the time to get busy and to get after it again. If you've been doing that all the way through last year, then congratulations, you're one of the few probably. But with that said, I'm excited. My coaching business is growing. I know most of you guys know that I've got my one-on-one online coaching business. I am adding 10 more clients. I had closed it off for a while last year. I was getting kind of overwhelmed since I had gone back to my corporate job as well. But yeah, now my business is growing pretty successfully, and I do want to add 10 more guys, especially at the beginning of the year, because I know how difficult it can be. There's so much misinformation out there, so much frustration if you're trying to figure out how to diet, how to work out. Should you do cardio? If so, what kind of cardio? What type of diet plan should you follow? How long should your workouts be? What should your structure be weekly and daily workout structure? So I know there's a lot of information. It's not all bad information, but a lot of the information isn't geared towards older men. So that's one of the biggest issues I have. So I want to make sure that I give you the blueprint that you need to be successful. If you want help, if you want some one-on-one coaching, I would love to visit with you about my program. If you don't need something that specific, I do have another program that I just created. I've been creating programs for a long time. As most of you guys know, I've been doing coaching for close to 3 decades, so 29 and a half years now. So I've been doing this a long time, and more specifically with older men over the past 5 years. Because there's a lot of different things that you have to do when you get older. Myself being over 50 years old, I started realizing when I got into my mid-30s actually that things weren't working the way they used to. Then I got into my 40s and I had to make a complete shift with my recovery, the different types of workouts, exercises, my workout structure, and even my nutrition. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. And but yeah, definitely I would love to visit with you about it. Make sure you click on the link in the description of this video. That will take you to more information about my coaching. There's also a free fat loss guide that I created completely free. Click on the link, put your name and email address in. I'll send it directly to you instantly. It's just not really a program, but it's something I created to help you get started. I want you to get started. I want to eliminate the excuses. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how old you are, how busy you are. I've lived it. I've done it. I've been doing this a long time. I've raised 3 kids, had my corporate job. I was a bodybuilder and a coach, doing it all. So I know it can be stressful when you're busy, which is why I've created a bunch of different programs and things like that to show you how to do it more efficiently, the right types of cardio, right types of resistance training. And so yeah, for sure, I would love to help you with that. With that being said, shoot for 3 to 4 workouts. If you're just getting started back, 3 to 4 resistance training workouts per week. Do that. Do the best that you can. Shoot for probably 2 to 3 sets of about 3 exercises per body part and 8 to 12 repetitions. Just do that to get you started back. And doing that to make a big difference. Workouts should be 30 to 45 minutes a day, 4 days a week or 3 days a week, completely up to you and your unique schedule. With that said, there's several different nutrition plans out there, but the last thing you want to do, you don't really need to be doing keto. You don't need to do carnivore. You don't need to do any of these crazy diets. Just clean up your food, eliminate the processed foods and the fast food, replace it with whole nutrient-dense foods that you can make at home. And meal prep on weekends, 1 or 2 days per week. Cook a lot of chicken breasts, lean steaks, fish, whatever types of protein that you like. Cook a bunch of that, because if you have your protein sources readily available, it's going to make it a lot easier throughout the week. The biggest issue is if you don't meal prep and you're out at work or you're out at the gym or something like that, and you get to where you're starving suddenly, well, your mind is going to start messing with you. The last thing you want to do is go home and eat that prepped meal. If you don't have the meal with you, take a protein shake. Take something like that just to satiate you initially. Otherwise, you're going to go to the fast food. That's typically how we're wired, man. So, and that is something you need to eliminate. One of the tips that I use, eliminate all the sugary drinks, replace everything with 0-calorie drinks. You can still have your 0-calorie drinks, and it's going to be great for your weight loss efforts, more specifically fat loss efforts. Also, if you're a condiment person, you like dressings or different condiments, replace those with some 0-calorie condiments as well. G. Hughes, Walden Farms, there's some others out there that make really good quality, tasty condiments with 0 calories. That will make a big difference. Just doing those 2 switches will make a huge shift in your results. So do that with your food. Shoot for 3 meals per day just to keep things simple. So 3 meals per day if you're going to do the balanced macro approach. Again, me, when I coach somebody, I look to see what fits better with their schedule, whether that be a balanced macro approach where you're managing your macros, keeping track of your macros, or if that's too time consuming for you, then one of the more efficient ways is just carb cycling. So I've explained a lot of carb cycling the way I do mine, 4 days a week or 3 days a week, whatever you choose to do your resistance training. On those days, do your balanced meals. Complex carbs with a lean protein source and an essential fat source. On the days you're not lifting weights, your off days, I want you to eliminate the complex carbs, rice, potatoes, fruits, breads, things like that, beans, quinoa. You can have those on your workout days. On the days you're not working out, just load up your plate with protein, some healthy fats, and some fibrous veggies. As many veggies as you want, as many melons as you want, as many berries as you want. Keep it simple. So that's the easiest way to carb cycle without having to count calories. All right, so those are the 2 biggest things you need to do. Get started working out. Do it consistently. Get a journal or an app that allows you to track your progress. If you track it, it's easier to make sure you're making progress from week to week, month to month. That's going to be a big difference because you do want to make sure you're improving every other week or at least every month within your lifts and things like that. So do that. Keep it simple. As far as cardio, you don't have to go straight into high intensity interval training or circuit training or met training. Just do some low intensity steady state walking around the block. If you're working out at a gym, just walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes post workout. Doesn't have to be too intense. That's going to make a massive difference as well. It's going to allow you to burn more calories, get some good blood flowing, and that will also help with your recovery. Last tip, get your sleep, man. Now's the time to focus on your sleep. If you're just starting your workouts and you're just starting to clean up your nutrition and you're not getting your sleep, you're going to start getting exhausted. You're going to get exhausted, and the first thing you're going to do is take a day off or take a second day off or decide, you know what, I'm not eating enough. Let me get a big cheat meal, and then it derails your whole process. So keep it simple, man, especially just starting back. Keep it simple. Again, I've got that free weight loss guide. I keep saying weight loss. It's a fat loss guide because there is a difference. That's the thing, like I mentioned earlier about a keto diet, it's going to help you lose, if you followed that, which I never recommend, it would help you lose a lot of weight. Well, you're losing glycogen, you're losing water, you're losing a little bit of fat, and you're even losing a little bit of muscle tissue, typically, especially as an older guy. Now, my goal is to make sure you're eating enough calories to sustain your workout, sustain your recovery, and only burn fat. So you just want to lose fat. It's okay to have some glycogen, which is going to store more water. The weight's going to be a little bit more consistent. So when you're losing weight, you're going to be holding on to your lean muscle tissue, which is key for all men. And more specifically, if you're 40, 50, 60 or older, you really need to hold on to all the muscle that you have. Hopefully these tips help. And if you need help from me personally, man, I would love to invite you into my Alpha Maker Project coaching group. Let you meet a lot of the other phenomenal men that are in my group. Guys that have been with me for over 4 years. Some that are just starting, some that have been with me for 2. But again, I want to point out that some of these guys have been with me since I first started this program. The reason I'm pointing that out is obviously they're not going to stay in the program if they're not getting results or they're not liking the program. So that being said, once you come into the program, I'll invite you into the group. You can visit with the guys, get to know the guys. They all have the same goals as you. Some of my guys are in their 80s. So what's crazy, if you're 60 years old coming in my program thinking, you know what, I'm too old, I can't do this, can't do that. Then you get in and talk to Alan Anthony, my 83-year-old, and you see this guy that he can squat still, leg press still, do lunges still, because he has good balance work, good bone strength. So that's the thing that will motivate you and encourage you when you get into the program, seeing that these other guys like you or older than you are able to do a lot of the things that you were able to do in your 20s and 30s, which is crazy. With that said, thank you, man, for watching this video. Do me a favor and leave me a comment also to let me know you watched this video. I want to see how many people are actually watching, and maybe I know some of you guys. Also, share the video. If you have other men, like us that are older, that need help, please share the video with those guys. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, because I'm part of another channel as well, and a lot of guys watch these videos on my Gary Walker channel and assume they're already subscribed to this channel, but you're not. You subscribed initially to the other one and you just watch these videos. But I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to this Gary Walker channel. This is where I'm going to be doing a lot of my updated videos this next year, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of information. Also, if there's something specifically you need help with, leave a comment about that as well, and I will do a video specifically for that. Thanks again, man, and as always, get busy, get after it, and God bless.